Welcome to Critical Movement YYC, how pain becomes chronic, and how our nervous system is really just trying to protect us. Did you know that if you've been experiencing pain for longer than 6 months, it is now considered chronic, whether it was a clear injury or just showed up one morning? So if you have been experiencing persistent pain for longer than 6 months, let's look at what could be going on. We know that if we touch a hot stove, our brain sends a pain signal and we pull our hand away, right? No, not quite. Our brain has nothing to do with it, nor does a pain signal. When we touch a hot stove, there are sensory neurons in our skin that detect changes in temperature, pressure, and chemicals. So when we touch that hot surface, or our hand gets caught in the closing of a door, that neuron sends a signal to the spinal cord, and the spinal cord sends a direct response through a motor nerve, the one responsible for movement to our body, to immediately pull the hand away. Now, this is a very healthy response and keeps us safe from danger. Yay, nervous system. Let's imagine a different scenario. We're learning to catch a baseball, and it ends up hitting us in the head. Ouch! So in response, the brain, now involved, notes the details of this instance and remembers to be more on the lookout for baseballs flying in the air. So when we head out to practice, our nervous system is more alert. Yay, nervous system. But what happens when you get hit again and again and again from out of nowhere? Your brain starts to see baseballs as dangerous, and the nervous system goes on high alert when there's a baseball within 5 miles of you. Not so great, as this causes fear. If you've read one of my previous articles about the fear-pain cycle, you know where this is going. This fear can cause you to essentially begin to relive the experience of getting hit by a baseball in a way to protect you from ever going near a baseball again in your life. This hyperactivity in the nervous system creates a change in the neurons, often called neuroplasticity, a sensitivity. And now, even looking at baseball on TV makes you uncomfortable and can even increase your pain levels, even though, logically, you know a baseball did not just hit you. Boo on the nervous system. Now let's look at this in terms of chronic pain. This can get complex as there are so many different factors in life experiences and beliefs that can come into play. Let's say you have a job where you have a heavy workload and a demanding boss who isn't very predictable in their reactions. Maybe you've also grown up with a parent who has back pain. Now, when you head into work, your nervous system is already on alert, thinking about what needs to be completed, what your boss may blow up about today, what didn't get completed yesterday, the big project that's coming up in the meeting today that you are lead supervisor on. Just the thought of all these tasks and uncertainty of your boss's reaction create a tension that you've likely been holding for a few months now. That tension starts to feel achy in your lower back, the same place your parent had their back pain. First thing you think of is it's hereditary and this sucks. You know the pain and dismay your parent had to deal with. That only adds to the anxiety, which is a form of fear that the nervous system sees as danger. And halfway through the day, the sensation is way more intense. From sitting at your desk, you are now sure it all has to do with your posture and weak core. Stop for a moment. Think about this story. Has there been any acute distinctive tissue damage or clear injury? No. So why do we constantly believe that our level of pain sensation equals tissue damage? This story continues over another few months and maybe heading for a massage when you get a chance. And yes, that certainly feels better, but it doesn't last more than a day or two. You start doing some abdominal work, maybe even practice pre-bracing your core anytime you move. By the way, please don't do that. We can talk about that more later. But your workload stays the same. You walk around your boss like you're walking on eggshells, and the pain doesn't get any better. Though occasionally on the weekends, it doesn't bother you at all, though you don't really notice. This story could continue in so many different directions with so many different factors: kids, schedules, responsibility, socioeconomic factors, relationships. I could go on for hours. So what can we do? Apart from changing your job and getting a better boss, there are options. One of the most successful options right now is pain reprocessing therapy. I'll admit I'm biased. In working in critical alignment therapy since 2004, I've been working with back pain for a long time. When I started working with the Curable app and being introduced to pain reprocessing therapy, I could see how it had similarities with critical alignment therapy. When the book, The Way Out, was released, I read it 3 times and took pages of notes. Here was a book that had some solid science behind it, and I could see the ease of blending it into the way I taught critical alignment therapy and worked with chronic pain patients. This option isn't a be-all and end-all, but the difference that you can see in the control of your pain levels is significant. There will still be more work and practice, but there is a way to change the sensitivity of the nervous system and get back to a calmer, less pain-filled life. Ready to learn more? Subscribe to my Substack page. I'll keep writing and learning and letting you know how it goes. Thank you.